Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2. Last time we collected all the green stars back in World 1, and this episode we're continuing on here in World 2 collecting all the green stars here. Now at this point, we've pretty much went over all the basics about the green stars in the last episode, so I'm just going to be commenting on the green stars I feel like I want to talk about from this point forward. There's just so many green stars to collect that we're going to be here for a while just grabbing these things in general, and it's very much the same thing throughout your entire adventure. You go in the previous galaxy you played, you hunt around, listening for that shine and looking for that green star somewhere, and then you grab it. That's about it. Some are super easy to find, like the one here in the very beginning of this galaxy. Just literally right here in the very beginning. As soon as you fly in, you can see it. There's a lot of green stars like this, so some of these green stars are going to be very easy to find. Some of them are going to be kind of a nuisance, so we're going to comment on the ones we see. At this point, there's some interesting facts I'd like to talk about, or at least just talk about some things in general other than this game, just because this is all glorified padding. We got 7 worlds worth of green stars to go through. There are 120 of these dang things. I'm going to be wanting to talk about more than just green stars. After a while, these things can kind of drive you crazy. And be thankful this is all just edited down, because this entire thing, in general, took about 6 hours, I believe, to find all these green stars in total. But cutting it down editing-wise, just a little over an hour for every single world, and each video is only about just a little over 11 minutes, so that helps right there to definitely cut things down. But one thing I actually want to go ahead and mention was, this is a fun little fact that you learned about the Galaxy series. The star bits that we collect in the games, they're actually a reference to a Japanese candy. So these things actually exist in the real world. The star bits are a piece of candy known as Compito, and it's apparently this sugar candy that is very sweet and explains why the Hungry Lumas want so many star bits, because they just love themselves some candy. So that definitely makes a lot of sense when you see it. I'm going to put a picture on screen now, so this is what the candy looks like. And when you compare this candy to the star bits from the Galaxy games, you can definitely see it's basically the same thing. So that'd be nice. I'd like to try that one day, maybe just to see how the candy really tastes myself. Oh, this green star here, on the other hand, I'm going to interject and say I don't like this one at all. This green star is really terrible to get, because half the time I'm trying to get it, I jump off the edge and kill myself, because you have really just about a foot or so at the very most to stand on here. So it's a very small area of wood that you can stand on with Luigi or Yoshi, so half the time I just fall right off, and I hate it so much. It's a good thing there's a checkpoint right before the second green star here, but oh, it's still pretty bad. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of green stars as well we're going to be ditching Yoshi for, so I don't really feel that bad about that. So one other thing I guess we could talk about is some of the translation with this game, because in Japan, one of the translations for when you get the star in this game is star get, and that's something kind of common that they did in the Mario series, what I noticed, because whenever I watch people speedrun like Super Mario Sunshine, for example, whenever they grab a shine in that game, it says shine get, compared to what we have here in the American version that just says shine. So translations sometimes, when you try to make it into an English-speaking thing, like a direct translation, kind of has some problems. So having an adaptation to the script sometimes is a really good thing. Recently, I actually just watched this video describing why anime doesn't actually do a direct translation when they bring it over to the West, and instead they do their own adaptation of it, the script. And the reason why they had to just kind of change the wording of the script is just because there's a lot of things in general you kind of need to translate when you bring something to a different territory, because the cultures aren't going to be the same, and at the same time, there's going to be some things that just get lost in translation, because some words, if you direct translate over from a different language, don't make much sense in another language and context. So something like star get is one of those examples where, yeah, we just took the literal translation of grabbing the star. It honestly doesn't make as much sense compared to you got a star. So that's nice they changed that. No, man, we're only a couple galaxies in. I'm already running out of things to say. Oh, this is only World 2. Again, be thankful these are shortened down videos because imagine trying to do this all live. I've seen some Let's Players out there play this game and not cut out anything for the green stars. And honestly, you don't want to do that just because it's very much glorified padding for a playthrough to keep in every single thing for green stars. This is just one of those adventures where it's good to make a clip show because of how long you're here. I mean, this star, for example, this is one of those cases where you don't really need to show the adventure getting here. It's literally the first star from this galaxy, just shifted slightly over to the left. That's about it. I mean, that star is no different at all for how you get it. And that's the thing about some of these green stars. Some of them are actually really cool with how they're placed because they really make you think outside the box of how you get them, while others are just kind of, yeah, play the level again, but now go to a completely different location, or maybe a similar location to where you got your star, just slightly off to a different direction. Like some green stars, they're really fun to get, while others just kind of are there. And these like next two green stars we're getting are kind of that example where they're just kind of there. Since these ones, you have to replay a lot of the level to get back to these points. Like it takes 5 minutes after you get the second green star when you restart this galaxy to get the green star number 3. And we're like right next to where we just picked up the second green star, so it's just kind of unnecessary. But to be fair, that's how long green stars are in this game. I feel like definitely the green stars here are a glorified padding moment to Galaxy 2. It's my least favorite part of the game. I love Galaxy 2 so much. But this is like the big reason why I prefer Galaxy 1 over 2. Not to say that this is definitely a bad game, because I know some people would like to interpret it that way. But the big thing is, I feel like the purple coin missions at the end of Galaxy 1, while difficult, are something new. But with Galaxy 2, when you're just going around the same levels and doing similar objectives that you did the first time, it's not really as new this time around. So it kind of feels like something you just did, slightly changed. Well, at least with the purple coins, you did a lot of extra challenges to get those, and they didn't last nearly as long. There was only one purple coin mission per galaxy, but there was like 2 to 3 green stars per galaxy here in Galaxy 2, so this definitely lasts a lot longer for your first playthrough. When I was recording footage for this, I was just listening to a lot of videos and podcasts in the background, just to help keep my mind off things, because when you play this for a while, you definitely start getting a little green star sickness, as I would like to call it. One of the best things to do with green stars is just kind of break things up after a while. Like maybe do a world or half a world per playthrough and just kind of take a break and come back to it a little bit later just for that reason. Doing every single green star in a row, oh man, that must be a chore. I only know all that many speedrunners who do a full 100% speedrun of this game, and it's probably because of green stars alone, so I would not be surprised. That was also a very convenient hit there with B. Luigi. Immediately knocks out B. Luigi just to get the B suit again. Perfect. It's actually a lot easier when I'm playing all these green star missions to go and play every single galaxy with Luigi. I already know we kind of discussed that back in the previous episode, but I can't stress just how much easier the game gets for green star hunting with Luigi. I mean, yes, it's very convenient we're getting green stars with the green brother, but we're really just doing this because it's variety at that point. We played as Mario throughout most of our adventure, and Luigi really only got to shine every once in a while, just because he was just kind of there. So, this time around, having him just grab all the green stars, it just makes the most sense. In a way, this is our Super Luigi Galaxy. You can kind of have that with Super Mario Galaxy 1 when you beat the game and want to do a full playthrough with Luigi, since that was your unlock for getting every single star in that game, which was a nice little bonus. I do like how you can play as Luigi pretty much whenever you kind of feel like here in this game after a while, but it was also a nice reward to unlock him as a playable character once you beat Super Mario Galaxy 1 with 100%. Also, these dang Flutter levels for green stars, oh man, they're rough. I mean, I kind of fibbed before in the playthrough when we said we're done with Flutter, we never have to come back here again, because I didn't want to talk about green stars at the time. But we're only here for such a little amount of time with Fluzzard. It's not really something to make that big of a deal over. But he's still definitely annoying. And the green stars being so precise, having something control with the motion, doesn't really help for that kind of precise movement. So, Fluzzard levels are kind of annoying, but not the hardest for green stars. We'll see some of the harder ones later. But since we're playing this level with Luigi, his higher jump really helps when you long jump over that long drop down, because he can actually make it past the flipping platforms, and I love it so much for that reason. Luigi definitely breaks his level. I wouldn't say breaks it apart, but it definitely makes things a lot easier and breaks certain segments. But now it's time for us to grab our final star here in World 2, and then we'll have everything collected in this world. So just wait for this dry bone head to munch away and grab our green star. It would really suck to miss this thing, because if you miss, you're dying from that black hole. I've done it once before. Luckily, the green stars actually have a pretty big hitbox, so it doesn't look like sometimes you'll collect the green star, but you can. So if I was just off like a foot or two to like the right, I still could collect the green star. That's just how big that hitbox really is. But there you go. That's all the green stars in World 2, so now World 2 is 100% completed. We got all them gold crowns, and that makes me feel good. So, now with that said, next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2, we'll get all the green stars in World 3. I'll see you guys next time.